one. You can introduce me, Steve.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Zoom Show the Plan, Show the Opportunity meeting. I think we're going to have a great deal of fun. I've heard Jeff show the plan a number of times. Every time it comes out a little bit different. It's always interesting to see who's going to show up and what's going to happen. I'll have to tell you that I've known Jeff since, I believe, 1987. He's just come in and out of my life a number of times, has been very instrumental in a lot of the good things that have happened to me. I have to credit Jeff with just helping me a great deal, being a good friend of mine. Actually, what I found out is that Jeff has a great big heart, and he's a good friend of anybody who wants a good friend. And I like that because I find times in my life where when I want to reach out, he's about one of the only ones I can reach out to. Like I said, I've known Jeff and Judy since 1987, was going to build a house for them at one point. Jeff has had the same kind of situations happen in a different way that have happened to me. He's very, very good at setting up organizations. He's very good at helping people to do well. And he's done that for a number of people and got slapped down for it because he made them too much money, and consequently he made too much money, and the owner didn't want to hear that. And it's been kind of up and down. And I think that's kind of the trouble when you have a lot of talent, is people get a little bit jealous. That's what I think has happened to Jeff a number of times. I'm just excited because he's going to be a great leader. I think he already is, but I don't think people realize that yet. I've watched Jeff just over the last year change and grow. I don't know how to say it either word. He's changed and grown, and it's like magic. Now, what that means is he must be reading, he must be listening to the audios, he must be going to everything, because I think he's doing very well. I think he's the key that I have to hang on to for success if I want it. And I think we all have to hang on to our upline. But in this particular case, I think Jeff is just very special. So I'm excited to hear what Jeff has to say tonight. I hope that you are too. I take good notes. What I like is Jeff will say some special phrases in a different way. And then we're going to end the meeting with an exceptional thing that's going to happen. So, Jeff, you're on.
Well, gosh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. And I am going to just check and make sure everybody's remuted here just real quick. Just bear with me. I appreciate Steve's introduction. Steve and I and Judy and his wife, Jeannie, his late wife, Jeannie, we've known each other for a long, long time. And let me hit this button here. There we go. And, I just have a lot of respect for Steve Leathers and many of the other people that are in our meeting tonight who are part of our cause, really, our team, our family of AVISAE people. And before I get started, I want to start with a couple questions. And I'd like you to get a piece of paper. It says that on the top of the screen, but get a piece of paper. I'm going to ask you some questions during this presentation where you can answer yes to those questions. I'd like you to write the word yes. This is something I like to do because at the end of the presentation, I want you to realize how many positive attributes of benefits there are from this opportunity really exists. I want to be able to show you that. So obviously I've been drawing on my screen, so I'm going to have to fix that. Can't believe I did that. So we'll fix that real quick. Let's see, and there we go. Oh, I'm drawing more. I'm learning some new things tonight. See, draws. Oh, eraser. This is what I need. Okay, that's really funny. I think I was accidentally doing that, or maybe somebody stepped in and just decided they'd do that on my screen. Anyway, so a couple questions to start with before we start the presentation. Very excited to be with you tonight. And I'm going to read off of my little piece of paper here so I make sure I'm asking the right question. But, what I'd like you to do before we start, I'd like you to all think about where you're going to be in 5 years from now. If 5 years from now, you believe doing what you've been doing in terms of your day job, in terms of your normal job, will you be financially where you want to be? Okay. And if you don't think you will be, would you like to be in a better place financially with some options maybe? If you'd like to be in a better place financially with options, and this is your first opportunity to write the word yes on your piece of paper. I'll show you what that would look like. It's a pretty simple thing to do. There we go. Just write yes on a piece of paper. And just keep writing those words yeses. I like to have a positive meeting. And I find when people write the word yes on a piece of paper, it really makes for a great positive meeting. Now, question number 2 before we get going. And this is, I can't imagine anybody answering this in any way other than what I assume is the way you're going to answer it. But would an extra $500 in monthly residual ongoing income beginning next month or maybe in the next 1 to 3 months, is that something you would like? You know, would that change your life? Would that be something good? Is that a car payment? Would it help you pay off some debt? Help you save for a vacation? You know, maybe give you enough income so you can go out and eat at a nice restaurant on a regular basis. You know, whatever it is, with an extra $500, do you think your boss at work, or if you're self-employed, do you think you're going to be able to generate an extra $500 a month in income for yourself, or will your boss give you a $500 a month raise? What we're going to show you tonight is a way to create that $500 a month in additional passive residual income in a very, very short time over the next few weeks to 1 to 3 months. Now, my last question, you know, and really this is a financial question too, is would you like to feel better and look better? We're going to show you a way that you can do the things we just already talked about, but you're also going to feel better and look better. And I'm a living, breathing testimonial and example of how you can improve your health and improve your life, improve your sleep. Anybody out there want to improve their sleep? Improve the way you feel during the day in terms of energy level, your mental acuity, your sharpness. You want to be able to think sharper. You want to be able to dream more, sleep better, get rid of the joint pain and aches. And we're going to show you a lot of things. We're going to show you a way to create a lot of income and a way to feel better. Who wouldn't want to feel better and create income at the same time? So that's what we're going to show you. We use the BOSS system, Business Owner Success System, to do this. And let me click on that and get going. And the company that we use as a marketing place that generates these products for us, it's called AVISAE. AVISAE means torchbearer. Think of them as lighting the way. You see underneath there, Blue Ocean Opportunity. We'll talk about that more here in a second. But AVISAE means torchbearer, a company that lights the way. It's always in the lead. It's always going to be in the lead. You'll understand that better here in a minute or two. Robert Kiyosaki, famous author, wrote a book that talked about red ocean and blue ocean. And red ocean, I don't know if you've heard of this before, but red ocean, think of, ever seen a shark movie, you know, where the shark's going after, somebody throws some chum in the water and they go after the chum and all of a sudden everything becomes red. And that's a red oceany world, wherever all the sharks are fighting over those pieces of meat floating in the water. And who wants to, in the business world, there are a lot of companies, a lot of businesses now that live in a red ocean world. A lot of employees, a lot of vendors, a lot of self-employed people work in a red ocean world where you're in competition, you know, with many, many other companies, and you're fighting over really trying to sell people the same product. Now, there are some companies that have jumped outside of the red ocean world, companies like Amazon and Uber and eBay, companies like Southwest Airlines. You know, there are companies that have decided, McDonald's actually, for a long time has been a blue ocean company because they lead the way. You know, you could take all the other fast food restaurants in the world and they would not have the cumulative sales of a McDonald's. So very blue oceany kind of a business. But I, as an example of a blue ocean business or blue ocean opportunity, I like to use Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, many, many years ago, they decided that they wanted to think creatively, think outside the box, and not do things the way a typical airline would do. And so they decided they were only going to fly 737s. That way they could hire mechanics that only needed to work on 737s, and they were kind of interchangeable. Pilots only needed to really fly 737s, so they're kind of interchangeable. And so they kept their costs down because of that interchangeability with pilots and maintenance and parts, that kind of thing. And then they did something else that was pretty smart. They started buying jet fuel for their planes 2 years in advance and taking advantage of the lowest cost of jet fuel and storing it just always buying it when it was its lowest cost, storing it until they needed to use it. Pretty smart, thinking outside the box. So think of the red ocean as kind of the left side of free enterprise, blue ocean as the right side of free enterprise. And you're probably already getting a feel for what we're talking about today. So my question is, red ocean, thinking, in high competition with everybody all the time. It's a feeding frenzy, lower profit margins. You're always struggling to hold on to a job, struggling to hold on to your business. It's got a limited upside, very limited potential personal growth, fiercely competitive environment. Blue ocean, right side of free enterprise, thinking outside the box, higher profit margins. Think Southwest Airlines, Uber, eBay, Amazon, Apple. Okay, unlimited upside potential, personal growth, creative, collaborative environment. So here's a question: which side of free enterprise do you want to be on? You want to be on the blue ocean side of free enterprise. Write yes on your piece of paper. Okay, our next slide here, we're talking about Robert Kiyosaki's second book. He wrote a very famous book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Sold more copies in terms of an economics book than like any economics book in the last 30, 40 years. So he's pretty famous. Actually, used to live in Scottsdale, Arizona. But Robert Kiyosaki, very, very smart man, thinks differently about economics and personal wealth than really most people do. He thinks outside the box. He thinks creatively. I'd recommend you get his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and read it because you'll start thinking about how to generate money and wealth differently than probably you've ever thought before. But his second book was also a bestseller called The Cash Flow Quadrant. That's what this slide represents. What Robert Kiyosaki found out was that you could put everybody making money in the world into one of these four quadrants. Either an employee, that's the upper left side, red side, left side of the free enterprise. But think of red ocean, an employee or self-employed. Now, what he found out about employees and self-employed people, he found out that those people represent 95% of the population, and they're struggling and fighting over 5% of the available wealth. Okay. Now, I've been either an employee or self-employed person, my whole life, really since college, way back when I graduated in 1977. Okay. And so I've been struggling in that environment most of my life. But what Roberts found out was that the right side of the quadrant is called the passive income side, meaning that these are people that have found a way to create ongoing income passively. They're not trading their hours, their life for dollars. They found a way to create a structure one time that generates ongoing money, income on a regular basis. So they can do whatever they want with their time, and they have enough money to do it, to use that time to their advantage, to do whatever they want. I used to explain it this way: typically people on the right side, the blue ocean side of the quadrant, business owners and investors. By the way, business owners means somebody has 500 employees or more. But I think people on that side of the quadrant, they are they're able to take 2 6-month vacations every year. Okay, 2 6-month vacations every year. Now, if you'd like to do that, raise your hand, and I assume you'd like to do that, and then write yes on your piece of paper, because that's what we're talking about here, is a way to create a life that you don't need a vacation from, and really you're living a life where you can be on vacation all the time. That's pretty much whatever you want to do, and you can take a lot of your friends with you. That's pretty exciting. So on the left side, the red ocean side, it's a 45-year plan. A lot of us are in the middle of that, somewhere in that cycle. And on the blue ocean side, the passive income side, that's a 2 to 5 year program. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. When I married Judy almost 40 years ago, we had big dreams. We dreamed of making a lot of money and having a lot of time, being able to, have a cabin in the mountains and a home on the beach. And I promised her all kinds of horses, I'd buy for her, and she could go riding horses anytime. And we liked giving money away to the church and other charitable institutions. And we talked about how much of that we'd like to do. And what's funny is what happens to most people is we realize very quickly when we're young, we have these big dreams, but our income from our job didn't match those dreams. And so you get 2 choices, really. when your income doesn't match the size of your dreams, you can either find a way to increase your income to match your dreams or shrink your dreams down to match your income. What do you think most people do? Most people, those 95% of people that end up in the active side of income, trading life, trading hours for dollars, they find a way to shrink their dreams down to match their income. Sometimes they don't even do a very good job of that, and they go into credit card debt, of course. But what the wealthiest people on planet Earth will tell you is never, never shrink your dreams down to match your income. Always leave your dreams vibrant, full, big, and then find ways to increase your income, increase your leverage so that you can enjoy your dreams. So what we're talking about tonight is a way to raise your income, get your passive income to a point where you can realize all your greatest dreams. Even those old dreams you may have given up on from years ago, or if you're young enough, those dreams you have right now, you're not going to have to shrink them down. You can just build them, but don't ever shrink your dreams. So the way the AVISAE opportunity works is like this. Think of it as a three-legged stool. You've got the one leg is the business. That's the marketing part of the business, which provides the products. Then you've got a mentoring and success system part of the business. That's stool leg number 2. And what you're going to find is in a little bit, a couple minutes from now, we're going to talk about what that business mentoring and success system looks like. But imagine if you've had people always with you every step of the way, people that have already achieved the kind of income and lifestyle that we're talking about here in this presentation. They've already achieved it, okay? In many cases, in some cases, they've helped hundreds, if not thousands of other people achieve that kind of financial free lifestyle. In some cases, they've helped other people become multi-millionaires. And imagine if you had those people working side by side with you on a daily basis and speaking in your life, giving you information, doing everything they can to help you get to where, the success that they've achieved to enjoy this amazing lifestyle. That's what we have. We have that kind of success mentoring system. And then the third leg of the stool is a financial mentoring and investment strategy, meaning that once you start creating income, you're able to work with the most successful financial consultants on the planet to find ways to invest it so you can actually have your money make money for you. People are notorious. You hear about these people that win the lottery and they win like $100 million. 5 years later, they're totally broke. They're divorced. Their life's a mess. They don't have any money at all. So what you find is, it's really important to have a financial and investment strategy partner as you create wealth. And that's one of the things that AVISAE has thought about and put into place. Now, the products are amazing. I will just tell you right now, we're not going to spend a lot of time on the products today, but the products are absolutely amazing. I will tell you my personal testimonial, which is 16 months ago, I was on 8 prescription drugs. Some of them I'd been on for years, drugs like Nexium type drugs, omeprazole and ranitidine. And I was on various asthma medications, migraine medications. I was on medications to help get rid of itchy skin and to help me sleep at night. I could go on and on and on about the heavy prescription drugs I was on. And I just thought I got to a point in my life where that's what I needed. I will tell you the AVISAE, by taking the AVISAE products, and I'll point out a couple of them here in a second, but by using those products, I was able to, within 30 to 60 days, actually get rid of every prescription drug that I was using. So for the last 16 months, or about the last 14 months anyway, I've not been on any of these prescription drugs. Feel better, better mental sharpness, better sleep, don't have any aches or pains anymore. Got through the allergy seasons without really suffering much at all from allergies like I have for many, many years. So I will just tell you the products are amazing. You see that blue diamond right there in the middle? Stands for value innovation. Now, let me just ask you a question right now. If you could take products right now, if you had access to products that would help you get off of prescription drugs and help you feel better. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. You got to go to your doctor. I'm not your doctor, but check with your doctor once you've been taking these AVISAE products for a while, and what you're going to find by having the doctor check you out, take your blood pressure, he's going to say, wow, you're doing pretty good. And you're going to figure out you can actually get off of some of these heavy drugs. But imagine having access to value innovative products that are going to help you feel better, reverse the aging process, help you sleep, give you better energy, really improve every part of your life. Would you like that? Would you like to have a life like that? Would you like to feel that way? Would you like to look better and feel better? If that's true, write yes on your piece of paper. Now, here's another thing. That blue diamond represents something called value innovation, meaning that AVISAE has created products which have a huge, high, very important high value in terms of what they deliver, in terms of helping you feel better, in terms of giving you nutrition and taking care of some of these issues that we go to the doctor for. And they've also held the cost down. So that's what value innovation means. It means very, very high value at a lower cost when you compare our products apple to apple with any other products out there. What you'll find is typically our products are going to be, I'd say anywhere from 20 to 50% less than what you can find out there in the market, as long as you're comparing apple to apple. I'm not telling you we're a price house. We are definitely not. We have very high quality products at a very, very reasonable cost, lower than you're going to find that same kind of product out in the marketplace. In many cases, you won't even find those products out there. Now, here's a sample of some of the products. I would just tell you that product on the far left, it says hydration on it. People in Arizona need that product. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday who was drinking tons of water, but yet he has leg cramps every night. He has muscle aches, muscle pains all the time. Explain to him that one of the big problems with taking nutrition and drinking water, especially in Arizona, is that all that nutrition and all that water often doesn't actually get into our cells, because we need minerals. Minerals are the transport system, kind of like think of it as the Uber of your body. You need minerals in order to get the nutrients and the water into the cells. And I will tell you that when you start taking Balance, that hydration product, all that nutrition that you've been taking and the water you drink, it's going to go into your cells and do what it's supposed to do. It's almost a magical product, but it's just the way God made our bodies. And I will tell you that will change your life. I literally use that every day. I walk around with a cup like this. Nobody that knows me, everybody that knows me knows you'll never see me without one of these cups. It's always kind of sweaty and whatever. I like to be able to point to the little packet in the bottom of this of my water bottle. And you'll find that's just absolutely amazing. Once you start using Balance, the hydration product, you're not going to want to ever be without it. And that goes for all of our other products too. So get back with the person that invited you to this meeting and ask them about the various individual products, and they'll go over the details of those products. And I'm going to go through a few before and after pictures of our weight loss program. You can see these people, 75-pound weight loss, 30-pound, 54. We have a couple of people. One of the guys that goes to Steve's church, his name is Tim Leonard. He lost almost 50 pounds using our weight loss product. He looks fantastic. And what's amazing about that story is that Tim had already lost 50 pounds before he actually entered into business with us and started using the weight loss product. So you know how hard it is to lose weight after you've lost 50 pounds and been stuck for a while. Well, he got onto our meal replacement weight loss system and literally lost another 50 pounds in less than 3 months. And he just feels fantastic, looks incredible. I almost don't recognize him. So the products work fantastically well. We have a skincare, part of our system, our product system is a skincare system. And my friend Rob Terrell, who showed us this business a little less than 2 years ago, he was in a bad plane accident back in 2000, really badly burned. And his plastic surgeon and his main surgeon that took care of him for years, he passed away a couple years ago. But his main doctor told him, he examined his the ingredients in our skincare products, and he said that, hey, they're the finest ingredients you can find out there in the marketplace. Go ahead and use them. They'll be fantastic for you. And I can tell you, I know Rob very well. His skin, considering he was burned, 3rd and 4th degree burns over 40% of his body, his skin looks tremendous. And he takes care of himself. He exercises, really watches things. But he swears by the skincare products. And I use the Renew, the product right in the middle. I use it every day. It has an incredible effect on my skin. So, and there's some examples of how it gets rid of wrinkles and age spots and the kinds of things that people often would like to see diminished or get rid of. If you'd like help like that in terms of your skin, and you think people in Arizona need help with their skin in terms of repairing their skin at the cellular level, at the DNA level. By the way, our products, some of our products are designed to penetrate the skin or go into our bodies, like our main nutritional supplement and like our Renew skincare product, and locate something called a telomere, which is the sheath that surrounds the chromosomes within your DNA, and actually repair that sheath and repair it and actually elongate it, because as we age, they've done correlative studies to show that the shorter and more raggedy your telomeres are, the more symptoms of age you'll actually be dogged by. Like things like joint pain and arthritis and all these different things that affect us as we age. But so the correlative studies have said the condition of your telomeres directly relate to how you feel as you age. So amazing to be in business with a company that is focused on anti-aging and doing these things at the cellular level. Do you think that having products that impact and reverse the aging process at a cellular level, do you think that would be a good business to be involved in? If so, write yes on your piece of paper. Write yes there, because obviously that's the case. I'll tell you one other thing before we move on away from the products here. But AVISAE has actually designed their company so it will always stay at a blue ocean level. I won't go into the details of this today, and we can go over more detail later. But imagine a company that has already figured out that there are many companies out there that never thought about the future, and so they gradually, slowly but surely become obsolete. And I can tell you that a guy named Brooks Yates, who just visited us here in Arizona a little over a week ago, he talked about the fact that he's a guy that thinks about the future. He prepares for the future. And I will tell you that AVISAE is designed so that we are not locked into, we're not a manufacturer, we're not locked into having products because we're set up for manufacturing them. We're not locked into those products. And we can change a product, we can modify a product to increase the value and to lower the cost. And if we can't do that, if something on the marketplace comes about that competes, that kind of destroys our value innovation, then we won't carry that product, because we're not going to live in a red ocean world. Lush Lips and At-Lash, I'll just show you some slides from here's a lady that in 30 days, looks like she had no eyelashes. 30 days later, she's grown those very long eyelashes. I don't get that. I call it eyelash fertilizer. You can see the lips, the change in the lips of that one lady. Torch, anybody under 35 that uses energy drinks? Have you ever looked up what energy drinks do to people on the web? That, they're killing people, adrenal glands, kidneys, hearts. They drink too much energy drinks, artificial caffeine, not good for you. So I will tell you that Torch, a lot of people are really addicted to Torch, and it's very healthy for you to drink our Torch energy drink product. It's fantastic, and it probably ends up saving a lot of lives. Now talked earlier about the business owner's success system and the mentoring part, the mentoring part of what we do. We use a system to help train people and help reinforce what it is you do and what you want to do. And so this is part of how we are able to take very successful people and put them right beside you every day, so you're able to listen to them, and they're able to work with you not only at special meetings and events and webinars, but through books and audios and many different kinds of business building tools. If you like a system which will never leave you in the lurch and support you every day, every step of the way until you achieve the success that you need to achieve, you would like to be in a business where the people that are actually in business with you are not going to make money until they help you make money. If you like the idea of that, then write yes on your piece of paper, because that's the kind of business that you're involved with today. Now, let me show you one of the three founders of our system. You may have heard of this gentleman or this couple, Randy and Valerie Haugen, but they have built over the years, the last 30 years, they've built one of the largest global businesses within this industry. They've helped thousands of people become financially independent. Over 300 people become multimillionaires, and they've owned through their investments, through the money they've earned over the years within this industry, they've owned hundreds of traditional businesses. They came out of retirement 4 years ago because they couldn't find anyone in this market space within this industry that was doing it correctly, and they wanted to do it exactly right. They wanted to protect the people that build it. They wanted to create an enormous opportunity without the pitfalls that often people see when they build this kind of a business. And one of those elements that helps us build is legacy asset advisors. That's the investment part. of our business, you can actually you actually earn shares. There are multiple ways to earn shares within our system, and you can't buy them, but you can earn them by simply building the business, by getting in and activating and then building it. You can earn shares. How many of you would like to earn shares in a company if you were there at the very beginning? Can you imagine going back in time? Would you like shares the first year that Apple started? Would you like Apple shares? Write yes on your piece of paper. Microsoft, would you like shares in Microsoft when they started? How about shares in Uber? You know, some of these companies, would you like shares in some of these multi-billion, nearly trillion-dollar companies when they were just being founded, back when the shares were relatively inexpensive? Would you like to do it? Well, this is your opportunity. You're in a company that we believe will be $100 billion. We believe this company will be $100 billion company over the next, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years, however long it takes. We believe this will be the number one company within this industry in a fairly short time. Can you imagine what shares would be worth? And if you liked some of those shares, write yes on your piece of paper. And one of the things that excited Judy and me about this opportunity was the AVISAE Business Owners Association. This is our peer group, people just like you and me. They're independent business owners. They get involved in the system. And really think about what we do in this system. We're simply redirecting, let's say, 10, 20% of your household income into your own business so you can buy it from yourself, be loyal to yourself, and then teach other people how to do it. And eventually you're able to build a large passive income. So the cool thing about the board is that it was formed actually before the company was formed, before the products were generated, and the board is there to protect us. You know, there are a lot of fake boards out there. This one's not a fake board. It's the only company I've ever seen that has a real board designed to create positive friction against the product part of the company, so that we make sure that everybody's doing things to protect and encourage, support, and help grow the businesses the independent business owners are actually building. Think of some of we talked about this a little bit earlier, the limited referral programs out there like Netflix and PayPal and Uber. And the fact that they've generated billions of dollars of revenue over the last 4 or 5 years. Well, AVISAE has created an unlimited referral program. Unlimited referral program. Picture that. The idea that you're here in the beginning, looking at this company, and it's just starting to grow exponentially right now. We're really just starting to explode, and to get a piece of that in the very beginning and be part of an unlimited referral program within AVISAE, what an amazing opportunity. How many of you want to be part of an unlimited referral program business with a board that protects you? Write yes on your piece of paper if that's the case. Now, we're just about done, but I want to show you how you actually generate the income, the passive income. What you do is we teach you to go out and find 3 people, and we teach you how to help them do what you're doing. Okay, nobody's ever going to tell anybody to do anything or teach anybody to do anything in this business that they're not already doing themselves. So whatever kind of an activation kit you choose to get in with, you find 3 people to get in with the same activation kit that you get in with, you will basically earn through a sign-up bonus all of the money it costs you to invest in your activation kit. And then once you've helped the 3 find 3, we talk about find 3 and then teach those 3 and then help the 3 find 3, share it with 3 more people. We call this a Quicksilver group. And once you've created a Quicksilver group, that's an additional $500 in passive residual monthly income. It just keeps coming. You can't really stop it. It's just going to keep coming in. Amazing. Now, if you take 3 people and you help them find 3 and you duplicate that process all the way down 10 levels, your income in a perfect world, if that worked perfectly, would be $157,800 a month. Anybody think they could live okay on $157,800 a month? If you think if that's something you want to shoot for, write yes on your piece of paper. Now, what if it's that's hard to do, and obviously it's not going to work perfectly like that. But what if you just were able to, in the next, let's say 2 to 5 years, generate 10% of that, $15,000 a month? How many of you think that would be create a great lifestyle, financial freedom? Be able to create $15,000 a month in residual passive income. How many of you could live on that? Yeah, I could. And if that's the case, write yes on your piece of paper. So this is the basic building block, $500 Quicksilver. And then we from there, the next step is to build what we call depth. And when you build depth down 8 levels and you help let's say two IBOs within each of those 3 channels go Quicksilver, your income would be $1,500 plus your Quicksilver bonus. It's about $2,000 a month. Do it another 8 levels in depth. And remember, this is an unlimited program, so it can go as deep as you want. It's amazing. Another 8 levels in depth and help 2 or 3 more people in those 8 levels go Quicksilver. Your income is going to be about $3,500 plus a month. 8 more levels of depth, help 2 or 3 people in each of those channels, in those sections, go Quicksilver. Your income is going to be around $5,500, $6,500 a month. Now here's some of the samples of some of the activation kits. Actually, they're new activation kits now that actually replace these. So that's really it. So get with the person that invited you tonight and let them explain what the activation kit is you want to start with, and then sign up and get cooking, because the longer you wait, the more likely it is that some of your friends, people you know, are going to be in business with us before we've had a chance to go out and talk to them for you. So you don't want to wait. Now, I think we've got a special guest star, and I'm going to see if he's on board yet. And let me go up here and see if I can find him. And we either do or we don't. Oh, we do. Okay. I don't think he's on mute. Rob, are you on?
I'm here.
So there's Mr. Rob Terrell. He's joining us tonight. Thanks, Rob. We're glad you could join us. And you can critique my presentation later. Well, we'd love to hear from you and give us some words of wisdom and inspiration. Just take it away.
Well, it's awesome. You did a great job. And, every time I see the plan, I see something more that gets me fired up and excited about our future, about where we're headed. The neat thing about this, guys, is that, what we're doing here is it gives you options. The option to own your own business, the option to start to create something that will buy you back time, and the option to, basically take control of your financial future. And, I know when I saw this the first time, many years ago, I saw the industry, something stuck in my head, and I'll say it again tonight, and that is, what if it works? What if what Jeff showed you tonight is true? What if it works? And when I thought, what if it works? And of course, I laid in bed and I couldn't sleep thinking about it. If you lose any sleep tonight over this, then chances are you better dig into it. You better get the facts on it. And there's a lot of ways to get those facts. Going through, we have a BOSS system. The person that invited you, if you don't have the BOSS system, they can send you information and material. They can give you as much information as you want to do as much research. It's always funny to me because people say, well, I guess I need to check into it. And then they go and they talk to somebody that doesn't know anything about it. Nothing. And it's always amazing to me. None of us would actually, if any of us had to have a medical procedure, all right, we wouldn't call our mechanic, okay, because they don't know anything about medical procedures, right? I mean, nothing against mechanics, but if I needed a medical procedure, I want to go find somebody that knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about and has done it and has proven it that they can do it. And then I'm in. I'm 100% in. Well, that's what you have with this system. You have people that are doing it, that are making it happen, that you can tap into and get all the information that you could possibly ever want so that you could make a great decision. And that's what I want you to do. Now, the first thing I want you to do is build a list of names. And I always get people and they say, well, I only know a few people. My first point is, well, okay, give me your phone. Because I'm going to look in your phone, and the average person has 200 names in there. And so we're going to get those names out. We're going to categorize them in lists. And the reason that we categorize them is because here's why. If I'm showing a husband and a wife the plan, then I'm going to ask the wife, okay, write down everybody in your side of the family on a piece of paper. So when I get that whole list of everyone on her side of the family, then I'm going to say, okay, who's the most influential person in your side of the family? And I use this example all the time. You know, they say, well, it's Uncle Bill. Okay, let's call Uncle Bill. We're going to go and we're going to share this idea with Uncle Bill. And the reason that we are is because everybody in the family respects Uncle Bill. He's the mover, he's the shaker. So when we go share the idea with him, when he says yes, we're in, we're rolling. And so and we're going to do that with every category we can come up with. And once you do that, get back with the person that invited you to the call. Get back with your support team that you're working with. If you're already in, do the same thing. If you haven't done it, do it, and get back with them. Okay? And then we'll get some three-way calls going and work it as a team, and let's start putting people in front of the plan. And then one thing I will tell you, no matter what you do in life, it doesn't matter whether it's this or anything else, you got to make sure you're doing something to move forward. That's the key. You got to move the ball. All right? You got to move the ball. And if the ball's not moving, contact the person that you're in business with on this deal and have them help you move the ball, because that's the key. Once you start to move the ball, then we can start to create some momentum. And like Jeff said earlier, in 2 to 5 years, you can literally create an income that will develop some security that'll blow you away. And if you want to get free, you can get free. And some of you don't even really have a conceptual idea of what that really is, of being free. But I can tell you, when you start making some extra money and you start putting some away and you start being able to jump into some different kinds of investments, and that's another thing with this, you got a group of people that are very good with money, and you're going to have access to their investment power and to their investment intelligence. Okay? Now, that in itself is worth doing the business for. And can you imagine in 5 years from now when you have $1 million or $2 million invested with Randy and Valerie Haugen or with some of the people that you're working with, and you're earning, say, 50 or 100,000 extra a year off that investment? Now, have you thought about that? Because that's where we're headed. The people that invited you to this, that's where we're headed. We'd like you to come with us. And so I won't take a lot of time. But you got the right people you're hanging on to. This group is moving and shaking. So I want you guys to jump on and make this thing happen.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, thanks everybody. I'm going to stop the recording. I thought maybe I already stopped it. I think I stopped it. Let me just check here real quick. Appreciate Rob joining us tonight. I may have clicked the wrong button. I don't know what I did. Maybe I gave you power. I may have made you I don't know. Well, anyway, I think I stopped it. If anybody, since we're at the end of the meeting, I don't know where that disappeared to. Sorry, guys. Boy, you should be on my end looking at my computer right now. You guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you there?
You'd be absolutely floored.
Shows on my screen.
I don't know what I did.
Recording.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay.
Go ahead.